cat for 10 years. It's really my grandmother, only if I did a Mexican accent, that would be, it would be that. That's exactly how her, she's like, this is Evita Ruth, please leave a message. I don't know, Thomas, mijito. So I can do like all the range of the women. Boys I can do kind of like until they're like maybe like 14, and I wish I could do like a man voice, because I just feel like I hate it when I'm in the booth. I'm usually the only girl, because they usually just kind of hire one woman per cast, because they can, kind of cover all whatever they need with the female roles, because female action figures don't sell as well apparently. And what? I know, it's so annoying. I know. When I was Miss Marvel and all the Marvel things came out, and I was like, oh my god, where's my thing? It's not at Toys R Us. I think I make like two, like one for me and one for the director or something. But I really wish I could do a man voice, because I work with Frank Welker all the time. When we do ADR, sometimes we switch. Like it's our personal challenge. Like if it's Walla, he'll do the women screaming and running away, and I'll do the men screaming and running away. And we did it like 5 times in a row before the director was like, wait a minute, hold on a second. Are you doing the men and he's doing the women? And I'm like, yeah, we were just a personal challenge to ourselves. I kind of was like, yeah, all right, woo! And I was like some like lumberjack or something in the background. I think that's where she caught me, as the bad lumberjack. And he was like, ooh, woo, So, but we have to keep ourselves interested. Thank you.
Wow, my jaw doesn't usually drop, but Frank Welker, holy crap,
my
Megatron.
gosh. And I know, he's so sweet, but he's so shy. He'll probably never do one of these. And I'm like, Frank, it's so many people would just love to meet you. Or he's just like, this is just like definitely his job. And I know he loves it and he's good at it, but he flies planes and he travels and he just like, it's like just a small part of his life, and he's shy. And I was like, would you ever? And he's like, oh, no, he wouldn't even do Comic-Con when they, we kind of have to do Comic-Con, even though I love it.
They make you.
Well, they kind of do, because it's like, if you're not going to do Comic-Con, we're not going to cast you anymore, because we want you to promote our stuff. But I did invite him to Children's Hospital once, which was hilarious, because I didn't know if he would come, but then he showed up, and I was like, wow, he showed up for the kids, that's awesome. And then the kids could give a shit. I mean, they were just like, they're really little, when they're not feeling very well, and they don't really, he was like doing, and they're just like, and then I was like, you guys, this is Frank Welker. Like, they care, but I mean, he finally got him with Curious George. He started doing the monkey, and then they were like, okay, this guy might not. He was trying to do Megatron and all that, and they were just like, no, because they're like,
sick kids love Megatron. You're like, this makes me feel great, thanks. I'll kill you, Starscream.
Lighten your day with Starscream. Yeah, but I was like so impressed that he came down. It was great. So.
All right, thank you. That was my question. Thanks, everybody. Okay. Yes, you, ma'am.
Right. First, I have to say that you're just so much fun to listen to. You're so bubbly and happy. So I'm really enjoying this. I'm sure everybody else is. And I don't know. I read it somewhere. I don't know if it's true. If you could just maybe. Is it true that the rumor was going around that maybe you're going to be doing a voice for The Legend of Korra in the next season?
I got kind of in trouble for talking about that. I thought that you could I didn't say what it was. I have a big mouth is what it is. And Janet Varney and I are like really, really close friends. And so I was like, oh, this is cool, I finally, and so all I can say is, because I already said it on Twitter, but I play a character called the Dark Spirit. And it's this spirit world, and it's a very different character than I played before. So, anyway.
Cool. That sounds terrifying. That sounds terrifying.
Hello. I wanted to ask you, from the point of view of direction, what is the best and worst things that a director will tell you to do? I guess...
Date him? I've gotten that. That's bad. Well, I once did a direct-to-home video Christmas special where the director wanted to be in the booth with me, like this far away from me, and I think he was an on-camera director, because he kept going, okay, now, so, and your part, and then action, like right in my face, like action, like, and he was like standing right there. It was very uncomfortable. Also, some people get really mad when they get a line reading, when the person just like tells them how to do it. I don't get mad at all. I mean, but I do like the first chance to do it the way that I hear it. And then if I'm not getting what they want, I do not mind at all if somebody, you know, does it how they want it. But yeah, I do want the first crack at it, since, you know. But some people just get really mad and like just like will walk out of sessions if the director does that. So they try to not to do that. But sometimes I'm like, hey, you know what? It's getting late. Why don't you just tell me what you want me to do? Just do it, because I'll do what you do. So, or sometimes they don't have a good ear and they tell you to do it and you do it just like what they did, and they're like, you know, come over here, you guys. And then you're like, come over here, you guys. And they're like, no, I want it like, come over here, you guys. And you're like, come over here, you guys. And they're like, no, like come over here, you guys. And you're like, come over. They don't know what they're saying. They cannot hear it at all. So and then they're just completely different. Like, yes, that's what I was saying to do. Those people don't work very often.
When voicing multiple characters, do you do it separately or like in the same session?
Well, Frank and I have this thing where like it's the Welker Delisle challenge where we kind of give each other a look if you ask to do it separately, because we were like, that's a pussy move, just do it, you know, come on, you know. So but it's a lot easier to separate it, but if you want to have a lot of fun and challenge yourself, then do a run. He actually does a dog and cat fighting, and it's so good and so separated that you almost feel like there's overlap. You're like, hey, no, you overlapped yourself, but no, you couldn't, because you're you, and you were, it's mind-blowing. So no, I like to do a run just to see if I can do it, and then sometimes they're like, nope, great, you didn't do a good job, we're gonna separate it. And okay, but I at least tried.
Let's get you back on Twitter so we can hashtag pussy move. Wow. Yes, sir. When I don't want to be like talk to her. All right. So when you first did the reading for Azula, you looked through your script and your history doing a lot of kid shows. Avatar's a noticeably darker kid show. Did that surprise you? Like, your first line is this great speech about how the tides are going to kill this soldier if he doesn't pull the ship in the port. Like, how did you feel about like it being so dark and with your lighter shows that you previously did?
Well, I definitely, it was its own world. First of all, I read it with a bit of an Asian dialect in the beginning because it just has that flavor to it. And so my brain just initially went there and they're like, no, we don't want that. It's its own thing. I was like, okay, I'm a racist. I'm sorry, I feel bad. But it just like seemed like, you know, I don't know. And I was like, I don't know, yeah, why did I do that? Just the sibling thing too. It's like, it's your brother and you're just horrible to him. I mean, it's just, I know, yeah, but she does have her sweet little pet name. So Zuzu, I'm going to kill you now.
Forget pussy move, let's do hashtag Grey Delisle, I'm a racist. That'll get her back on Twitter.
My career's over. This is the last time I'm ever gonna talk to her.
You guys have already had questions, I know you. I'm like, you're not, I'm gonna talk to you. She's like, I haven't, damn it. She becomes Batman when she doesn't get a question. Give me a question. yes, you man. Let's meet the hot guy.
Back to my row.
No, I
Full circle.
Hello, sir.
Back into the Hawk's Nest.
What's one of the funnest behind-the-scenes things that you've had with another coworker, like your face-off with Wilker?
Oh gosh. The Tough Puppy sessions, I have never had more fun. I thought that the Fairly Odd Parents sessions were the most fun ever because the writers are so hilarious. And we're all kind of like throwing out ideas like what's, you know, funny, and they incorporate everybody's ideas if they're good enough. And it's just so collaborative. And but Jerry Trainer and I have a good, like, you know, it just like I have a tendency to just like, I get so into the story that my part comes and I think, okay, and then the next line happens. Oh, that's me, I'm the next line. And he's always like, great, we're kidding, you know? So it scares me. But yeah, no, we all have, and Tarek busts everybody's chops in there too, just like, the guy that plays the dog in the new Fairly Odd Parents stuff, he's adorable. His name's Matt, and he's also on Tough Puppy. He plays Snaptrap on Tough Puppy. But he was like, well, I don't know. I was just wondering how. And Tara just goes, act it. Like, so now whenever anybody's struggling, we're just like, act it. We have a lot of Tara quotes in the movie. She can cut you like, in and up.
She killed 3 bronies at her panel today. It was crazy.
I have to say, the bronies are so cool. Like, I didn't even know anything about it really. I was like, what is a brawny? I was like, to Tara, this was like 4 months ago, whatever. She's like, no, they're bronies. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then when I got on Twitter, some people started following me, and then I started talking to them. I was like, are these the nicest people ever? And then the Howard Stern thing happened, and I was like, what a jerk. And I'm like, no. And then some people were like, why do you hate Howard Stern? And I was like, God, I get embroiled in things. Maybe I should. Yeah. Anyway, but I really like the bronies. They're nice.
All right, we're within our 10-minute warning. Go ahead. You can rest your hands too, because I'm choosing. And really, if I don't pick you at the end of it all, it's not her fault. It's mine. Just hate me. Just blame it on. Say like, drunk Tony Stark didn't pick me. But we'll try to get as many as possible. Keep it short and sweet. Sauce Boss, you're next. Yes. Look at the Sauce Boss. It's a good thing. It's a racial slur. All those barbecue-using barbecue people.
Hi. I just wanted to thank you first, because I think that you're an inspiration as far as the voice acting community. The performances you do, I think, are making a difference to voice actors now, so you're an excellent an image to look up to. My question is, during your career, have you ever auditioned for a part that you didn't get that you really wanted?
Oh my gosh. I have great, it's not that great. But Melissa Disney and I were really good friends, and she just really wanted to have, she's like, I just want like a series where I could just have like a regular, paycheck, because she was just doing kind of like here and there stuff, and she's worked so hard, and we'd known each other for so long, and I'm just like, and I was like, you're gonna get it, you'll get something, I know you will. We're having lunch, and I was like, really, giving her a pep talk, and she's like, you're right, I'm really gonna think positive. I was just like, say a little prayer, and just like put it out there that that's what you want. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so then the As Told by Ginger auditions came up, and oh my God, I love that show so much, and I love the Ginger part. Oh my God, I love that part, and I really, really wanted that part. And then we went to lunch like a few weeks later, and she was like, I have great news, and I was like, what is your news? Oh, I actually had called my agent a few times too, which I never do, just like going, so they didn't say anything about, have anybody heard anything? And she's like, no, they haven't heard. So anyway, Melissa and I were sitting there, just like, I got a part, and I'm like, you did? That's awesome, what did you get? And she was like, Ginger, and I was telling Ginger, and I was like, I swear I said, it was like, good. That's great. I mean, it was like all like, it was so high in my register that it was like whispering. Like I said great like 10 times. I'm just like, are you gonna be all right? And I was like, yeah. And so I was like, oh my God, but I'm like, you're terrible. I was like in the car going, you're being a jerk. She needs something, you have things, give it to her. Anyway, I ended up getting to play Brandon Higsby though on that show, and he was really cool, and he had that little monkey, and he was just like really cool. I love that guy. So I ended up being on it anyway, but I, for a while, was beating myself up. I was like, you're a stingy jerk. Anyway, so that was, yeah.
It's your turn. See, there's the signal. Come on up.
Also, when I didn't get, sorry, really quick, on Spider-Man, on the Adventures of Spider, I can't remember what it's called. Like, the Ultimate Spider-Man, yeah. Okay, so I auditioned to play no. Yes?
J. Jonah Jameson.
No, the redhead, the pretty redhead, not Mary Jane. God,
Tara got it.
Old. No, Tara didn't get it. Vanessa Marshall got it. Oh. Yeah, and I was like, oh. But the funny thing was, I played this one jerky girl. Like she was just like one line. But I kind of played her like this, and she was just like this teenager who was like really mean to Spider-Man, Sally Averill. And she was like in every episode, and Mary Jane only showed up like twice in the whole series. So then I felt kind of bad for Vanessa because I love Vanessa. She was little she was my little love interest on Grim and Evil, like little black kid with glasses. That's Vanessa. Anyway. Erwin. I'm sorry. I forget you guys are more familiar. Anyway, sorry.
Right, we're getting down to it. We're under
Spectacular,
5
not
minutes.
ultimate,
5 minutes,
spectacular.
everybody. Here we go.
Hi, I love your voices.
Thank you for your question.
I love your hat.
I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding.
But I love doing voices too, and my mom likes them, I think. But
that's the first fan. I just was talking to mine.
She has me read books out loud to her, and I do different voices for the characters. And I do guy voices a lot, and then my voice starts hurting after a while, and then she's like, why don't you just talk normally? And I'm like, no, but I can't do that. They have to have voices.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you if you ever do stuff where you're like, your voice hurts afterwards, but then you're like, it has to have a voice.
I was a singer for so long, so I make sure you're breathing from your diaphragm and not. I can like, you know, I do video games a lot and screaming and all that stuff, and a lot of actors are like, my voice hurts, I don't want to do any screaming for the video game, and I just feel like, then get a different job, because this is, well, I mean, it's like, this is your job, to scream, that's why they're giving you money. So if you can't scream, then, you know, like, what, anyway, but just like make sure you're breathing right through your diaphragm and like lay on your back and like practice, like, you know, just like push, like, you know, breathe in through your diaphragm and like make sure you feel like your bottom of your tummy kind of like getting bigger, and then like breathe out. I mean, I don't know, I do those kind of things just from theater training and singing, but I used to read to the blind at the Braille Institute, which is great because that way you're not just like reading into nothing, like they really appreciate that, and you can practice all kinds of stuff, and they're not complaining, and they're very nice. So yeah, that's a great thing to do because, you know, it's good for you, it's good for them, you know. Yeah, but there have been voices that I've auditioned, and it was so painful that I was just like, I just auditioned for Snaptrap's mother on Tough Puppy. I don't know, and I kind of was like, Snaptrap! Snapchat! She's got a little bit of like that throw mama from the train kind of thing. And I was just thinking, like, if this has a lot of lines in it, I don't know, because sometimes you want to tell. If it's just a guest star, I'll still do it. But if I'm like hurting at the audition, I'm like, I love it, you guys, and I really want to do this part, and I really want to pay my mortgage, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this part, and I'm so sorry. And I've told them at the auditions, and they say, you know what, we appreciate that because it's better than some people just fake it and then they get hired and then they start complaining, and it's like, well, great, now we've got 3 episodes of you doing the voice, and now you can't do the voice. So anyway, that was a long answer, but.
How dare you answer questions in your Q&A?
I ramble.
Darn you, Gray. Yes, sir.
Yes, you have done a lot of voices over the past couple of years. Would you say...
Just thanks for working the past 2 years.
I'm old. I've been doing it since I was 21.
For 72 years, Gray Delisle is Broadway.
Would you say that doing children's shows is easier or video games?
I'm a bubbly person, but I have a dark side, and I like the emotional life of the characters and like really delving in deep, and I feel like video games provide that.
But you do Wow Wow Wubsy too long, all day long, then you just wanna...
You know, I mean, sometimes when Tara and I were playing Wubsy and Daisy, like on the breakthrough, we're like, you know, it was all R-rated, or X-rated. Just for the break, because you just have to get out of your system, and then you're like,
okay, I'm ready to be happy all the time again now.
you know, just, yeah. But I like video games a lot, and also the fan base for video games are just, it means a lot to them, and you know, and kids it does too. I mean, like little babies, oh, what's sweeter? I mean, they just, you know, you do Wubsy or you do Emily Elizabeth for them, and they're just like, they can't believe it, and it's really sweet. But you know, people go to their crappy job all day and they just want to like let loose when they get home, and if we can help them like transport for a few hours, it just means a lot to them, and it means a lot to me to be able to do that for somebody. So I think when I'm doing characters for video games, I put a lot of extra effort into trying to make them as dimensional as I can to make that world as real as possible. So, yeah.
All right, we've reached that point in the night where we've gotten to the last question. I see a lot of hands, a lot of desperate, mainly masculine eyes looking at me, but sorry boys, you're gonna lose out to the high heels and riding crop that's sitting right next to me. Let that be a lesson to you, be a chick. Sorry.
We'll get on that right away.
Yes, so you won, last question of the night. Yeah, it better be good. Okay, if it's not, I'm gonna cry. Okay.
I'm not sure how old your son is.
5.
Okay, so do you do voices for him, and what is his favorite one?
Well, I do. Okay, this is the funniest. This is the weirdest like thing. My son goes to a Waldorf school, and it's they don't have any media. You're not allowed to show your children media until they're like 9. So he doesn't know. I mean, he saw a Scooby. It's so funny how prevalent and like how Scooby-Doo gets into, like, there's something about it that just like is interesting. But he saw a Scooby-Doo cutout and he was like, I like that dog. What is that dog? And I'm like, oh, mommy plays, that's a show. And you know, and his friends are like, your mom is, you know, they're telling him, and he's like, no, she isn't. She's my mom. You know, he just doesn't. So we read a lot. Like he's reading Huckleberry Finn right now, and he's read Little Women, and like, I mean, he's just, we're doing a lot of books, but I do all the voices when I read to him. So it's funny because his dad and I are still like really, really good friends. We're not married anymore. I met my husband on Twitter, and we're married now. So he wasn't a fan though. He was this funny guy that I started following first, and then I was like, you're really funny, and then he's like, you're funny too, and I had this just my mouth picture, and he had this picture of this red-haired crazy guy, and I thought that was him, and then it wasn't him. We were texting like at 2 in the morning, and I was like, nice red hair, like as a joke, and he was like, oh, that's not my picture. Anyway, but then he fell in love. His picture was like this bald, red-haired guy in like a suit. It was like
bald, red-haired guy?
Yeah, but I didn't
Explain
care.
yourself.
My friends were like, why are you talking to that dork? And I was like, he's hilarious, and he's my friend, and I don't appreciate you talking about him like that. And then he turned out to be like super gorgeous. And so I was like, I'm glad that I kept my dork around because he's awesome. And it's not just like he's like beautiful inside, so. But I fell in love with his heart. I didn't care. I really probably would have loved him anyway, no matter what. But yeah, right. No, that's terrible. No. He just looked really stuffy in his picture, like an insurance agent or something. I don't know, but it was really funny. Okay, well, I was telling you something. What was I talking about? See how it goes?
Talking to your
son. Yes, okay,
son.
so I do all the voices in the book, and his dad said, well, I try to read, his name is Tex, after Tex Avery, the animator. His dad said, yeah, I was reading to Tex, and he's like, you know what, we can just, he's like, I'm just gonna wait for mom to read it. Because I'm out of town, his dad just said, last night I tried to read to him, and he just didn't want to have anything to do with it, so. Yeah, but he's just awesome, and I can't wait to show him some of my favorite stuff, like when he gets, and it's okay.
You should marry Frank Welker.
Everybody wishes they could marry Frank Welker.
I want to marry Frank Welker. Hey, I've spent many hours here at AFO, everybody, and I have to say, really from the bottom of my heart, this has been one of the best hours I've spent here at this convention. Everybody.
You really are just the nicest crowd. I'm going to do more of this now. I'm not afraid anymore.
Thank you guys. I believe, is Richard
She
next?
is going to be doing a signing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. over at the Main Events Annex. So 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, Main Events Annex, you can see her do a signing. And then she's doing the Fairly Odd panel at 12:30 in Main Events. Thank you so much.